So at the end of the video last week, I had mentioned that the AC upstairs isn't working, and that remains true till today. Of course, that was only yesterday, technically speaking, so not a real shocker there. But what I'm hearing is it's not probably going to be fixed until Sunday, if it's fixed by Sunday. So I have 3 fans going, and I did light 2 candles because Mama T said that's supposed to help with getting some of the humidity out of my room. It's still, quite warm up here, and I really do hate sleeping in the heat. Like, when people walk into my room, they think it's the Arctic. They actually freak out because it's so cold. I love when my room is cold. So obviously this is worst case scenario for me, but there's nothing I can do about it. So got the fans going. Obviously the candles hopefully will help a little bit, and I'm just really hoping that I actually stay asleep tonight. I slept a good amount last night, but I woke up in the middle of the night, had to open my door because I was just soaked. So, that's not great. And yeah, we got a little progression run coming up tomorrow morning, so I just want to be rested for that. And yeah, we'll just get after it in the morning and hope I get some sleep tonight. I gotta be honest with you guys, that was probably the hardest workout I've done this summer. The funny thing is too, that my heart rate was almost exactly the same as it was last week, but the effort was so different. This didn't feel nearly as easy as the progression run I did last week, and obviously a big part of that is the weather. Obviously, doing legs yesterday did not help it either. Those split squats, I was definitely feeling that this morning. But I think the main part is just it's 10, 15 degrees warmer than it was last week. Humidity is also pretty high, which just is never a good time. And I'm just fortunate Jimmy T was next to me to, number one, pass me my bottle with electrolytes in it. I took that every 2 miles. So I took that, 4 times, which was very much helpful. And number two, he was helping me pace a little bit. And that really does go a long ways, especially doing workouts by yourself. And granted, like, I wasn't going too crazy fast or anything, but especially when you get down to that last like 2.5 miles, like, you definitely do feel the helpfulness that it is somebody pacing you. So, you know, shout out Jimmy T per usual. I did give him the old, you know, point and shoot type of camera that I have. So hopefully some of that footage will come out pretty well. That has image stabilization, so I actually should be pretty smooth for the most part. And yeah, it'll be nice just to, you know, show you guys the route and whatnot. We'll see how it looks when I start editing the video. But yeah, great workout this morning. Obviously tougher workout, but these types of workouts do just make you feel a little bit better going into the rest of the summer, and especially the fall. You get to look back and you're like, dang man, I was absolutely putting in the work and the heat. And yeah, it's just obviously a nice feeling to finish that off. And yeah, we got work today, 9 to 1. Gonna try to do a quick 30-minute shakeout upstairs on the treadmill after work. It'll be way too hot for me to run outside. And just making sure that I recover through the day. That is the biggest thing. Drinking a lot of fluids, eating a decent amount, a healthy diet as well if I can, icing, stretching, rolling, relaxing, all that stuff is gonna help make me feel better going into tomorrow and the rest of the week. So focus on recovery and nutrition, and we'll be good to go for the rest of the week. I ended up sleeping in the basement last night, and honestly it wasn't too bad. Bed's pretty comfy, so that's nice, and it's much cooler down here than it is in my room, so obviously that's a pretty big plus. Right now though, we are getting ready to head to the track for a workout. This morning we're doing exactly what we did last week actually, and I didn't realize it, but I messed the workout up last week. I didn't mess it up. I just forgot the fact that instead of doing 4 300s, I was doing 6 200s. I only ended up doing 4 200s, which it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But this week we're going to do the 5 to 6 miles of threshold at 6-minute pace, and then 6 by 200 with a 600-meter jog in between. So hopefully that all goes well. It is like 70 degrees right now, and it's 4 a.m. so it's just hot out. So we're definitely going to be grinding through this one. We'll see how it goes, and yeah, hopefully Jimmy T's there to bike next to me, and we'll just click these miles off one by one, and then get after the 200s. This might sound a little crazy, but this workout this morning might actually be one of the types of workouts that I'm really just most proud of. And, like I said, it's a little crazy to say that because I didn't run as fast as I should have. I split around, 3 to 5 seconds slower most miles for the threshold portion. That is really obviously the most important part of the workout. And it's like, okay, well, if you ran slower than what you were prescribed, why are you proud of that? And I think the answer really is just because that I just think it shows the maturity of knowing when you should maybe slow it down a little bit. And like the conditions this morning, it's just very hot out, and I need to make sure that my heart rate isn't going too high so that it's still true threshold work. And obviously I don't have my coach here to be like, hey, look, you need to like slow down a little bit, the weather's too hot, or you're not looking as smooth. Like, you need to know when you can and cannot take a workout a little bit easier depending on the conditions that are going on, and that's something that I have to do for myself during these workouts. So very proud of myself to not get overheated in the fact that I was running a little slow, and obviously taking it easy, running a very well split threshold. The heart rate was obviously pretty solid. I'm actually really happy with how that ended up looking. And 300s or 200s, apologies, 200s were good. I really not to. I mean, again, they're a little fast, but I still think like that's pretty solid. Like I'm not going to complain with that at all, especially because, you know, ideally I would love for my 5K pace to be right around like, you know, 440, 450. Like if I had my 5K pace right around there, I'd be very happy. So definitely something to work on, something that, you know, I can take a lot away from and be pretty proud of. And working after, we'll do a shakeout up on the treadmill. And just taking the rest of the day easy. We have 2 days actually before I have my long run on Sunday, which is really nice. So I'll get 2 days of easier runs. I ran 5 miles on Monday morning before work. So that means that instead of doing like an easier run on Saturday this week, I'll do 10 miles on both Friday and Saturday, and then we'll do our long run, which is fine. I still have a low mileage day on the week, which is really what matters. So all should be good. And then, yeah, we'll knock out another 17-ish mile run on Sunday. Grant Fisher. Grant Fisher. No!
Car. Car.
Bike. Actually really happy with the effort we had this morning. 17 miles done in just under 2 hours. Like last week, I was actually going a little too fast through like 13, 14 miles. Looked down at my watch, saw his average like 6:59 pace, which, as I said last week, coach doesn't want me going faster than 7-minute pace for these long runs. So slowed it down the last few miles and averaged out with 7-minute perfectly on the dot. Things you love to see, of course, and that tops off a 90-mile week, the first one of the summer, and the first of many, to be quite honest with you, because that is the goal from here on out, to be continuing that 90-mile average. We'll see if I end up going to 95 or 100 throughout the fall. Probably will stick at 90, but you really never know what's going to happen. You got to take it week by week, day by day, and yeah, just really, really happy with how the week progressed, especially because this will probably be the last hot week in a sense. Like next week's going to be hot, but not nearly as bad as this week. I'm sure Monday and Tuesday will still be a little bit higher temperature wise, but starting to cool down just a little bit. So that's super nice. And just really happy that we did get the AC fixed. We got a brand new one in, which obviously is not cheap. So shout out Mama T and Jimmy T for getting a new one, because man, does it feel nice to have cool AC in my room. And yeah, just really happy to be getting back after it next week. Hopefully have some good things planned. We'll see what goes down, but pretty much it from me today. Just relaxing, watching the Olympics, of course, and hopefully get some good night's sleep tonight, and see you guys next week for another episode of summer running, going into week like 10 at this point. Only a couple more weeks of the summer left, and then transitioning into fall. So we'll see what happens, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any comments, questions, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, love all things, and peace out.